Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, you know who we're talking about. The whiner, complainer, the reason we're all here and discussing it. We're talking about Harry continues to say dumb stuff in court, and I wanted to bring in my legal expert to discuss what the heck is going on. We found an article we want to discuss, so we thought we'd have some fun. So say hi, lovely assistant.
I am the legal eagle. Hi, this is Jay, also known as Dr. Bad Vibes on YouTube and Twitch. I know laws. Bird law. I'm an expert.
So this article was recommended to me, so I thought we could read it together. It's in The Economist. See, aren't I fancy? I love this title so much. You ready? Prince Harry complains again, this time in court.
To make a complaint is a standard piece of legal jargon. Take legal action against someone and you are technically speaking making a complaint against them. But somehow, as the case of HRH, Duke of Sussex, and Mirror Group Newspapers Limited began in the High Court this week, and as that word complaint rang out again and again, as Prince Harry was questioned by the Mirror's barrister on what are you complaining about, and the article about which you complain, and generally about your complaint, it started to feel less dryly legal than uncomfortably opposite.
Never complain, never explain was said to be the late Queen's unofficial motto. It also appears to be Prince Harry's, except for that he's changed the never for perpetually. To add to Prince Harry's complaining on film, streaming now on Netflix, and Prince Harry complaining in print, and it talks about his book, now Britain can enjoy the spectacle of Prince Harry complaining in court, available if you can get a seat. P.S. I wish I had thought this out. I wish I could have been there, gotten in that courtroom. You guys, I'm freaking out over this. Let's see. This week, the case opened in the royal courts in London. Last royal to appear in court was Princess Anne for an attack on her dog Dottie in 2002. The last time one was questioned was when the future Edward VII appeared in a trial about, among other things, Baccarat in 1891. So we're going to keep going with the article, but I've been taking the time because I can't believe the nerve of Jay. He's been working his job and not paying attention to this case as much. My goodness, where are your priorities at? It's so we can spend $18,000 a day, right? Like we found out Harry's spending. But anyway, so I've been catching him up on this case, and it's just kind of blowing my mind about all of this, about how he's making these accusations that he feels like he's being hacked every single day, but he has no actual evidence of anything, and then gets petulant when anybody calls him on it.
I've been paying attention a little, but I mean, we all know where this is going to end. Oh, we don't know how it's going to play. I guess we don't know the details, but we knew how it was going to play out. Probably not going to win. Going to say lots of crazy stuff. And prove that he is still way more different than William than we could have guessed. So I think that's those boxes are checked right now. We should have made a bet. We could have been making 18 grand a day, and I could have been swimming in meat glue from the Dollar Tree. The general storyline of the latest installment, spelled with one L, is that a typo or is that the Queen's English? This filthy American doesn't know. The general storyline of the latest installment will by now be familiar, namely that Prince Harry has, as he put it in his witness statement, a very difficult relationship with the tabloid press in the UK. He claims that they made his life a misery, made him out to be a thicko, and more importantly, that some journalists used illegal means to get information on him. Like many sequels, this one was a little slow to get going. Prince Harry should have arrived in the High Court on Monday, but failed to turn up on time. This is not that unusual. Witnesses routinely forget to turn up in court. Most witnesses, however, are not turning up in courts that are named after their families to sit before their families' crests and to be questioned by barristers, king's counsels, who are named after their fathers. The judge pronounced himself a little surprised that the witness would not be available.
Especially since it's him bringing forth this case. That's the part that just completely makes my head explode. He just has the nerve. Yeah, he has the nerve to waste everybody's time on this bullshit, but he can't be bothered to show up for the first day, even though he was told he needs to.
He's probably just used to everybody handling everything, and he's like, "What? I have to do stuff? No, thank you.
Unconscious bias.
Making me do things? That's unconscious bias."
It is lines of such muted majesty which have made the sequel so superior to its prequels. Aesthetically, the latest installment in the Chronicle of Harry's Complaints, it's underwhelming, whereas Harry's Netflix documentary was a symphony in camel cashmere. Britain's High Court is pure office drear with level arc files and lanyards and Formica desktops. The dialogue, however, has been unimprovable, chiefly because there has been some. Previously, Harry's anguished emoting has been performed either as a solo lament, and they point to Spare, or to the sympathetic agreement of other interviewees, as in Harry and Meghan, the Netflix documentary, or even to standing ovations, The Late Show. This installment was instead performed before Andrew Green KC, a barrister, as the legal 500 bills him, a beast in court, an opponent to be feared.
I like that they're referring to this as the latest chronicle, more like the Chronicles of Wania. Wania.
Oh, I like it.
Except in this story, Prince Harry is the lion because he's lying.
Oh, wow. And he's redheaded.
And he's red, yeah. He's the lion. Get it?
Oh, that makes Meghan the witch.
What would make her that?
Yeah.
Ha.
Because she's obsessed with her wardrobe. Yes!
Oh.
I did it.
Okay, let's cut through the fluffy part and let's get to the Reservoir Dogs sounding lawyer. Mr. Green asked Harry if he remembered this fact. He didn't. Or was aware of the article. He wasn't. Or could explain how two of his claims, one in his witness statement and one in Spare, flatly contradicted each other. He couldn't. At one point, Mr. Green asked Harry whether he had written his own witness statement or was, quote, just reading out something that has been drafted by your solicitors for you.
At one moment in the trial, Harry made the point that a certain article was related to a certain invoice. And so what? Asked Mr. Green. Well, Harry thought that made the article suspicious. So once again, Mr. Green had to say, and so what? The point being, he's just making these claims, Harry, and then when Mr. Green holds his feet to the fire and says, hey, what are you talking about? Harry can't answer the questions. The phrase felt like a summary of the entire proceedings. As Mr. Green himself pointed out, everyone knows that the complainant has had a life of appalling press intrusion, and yet increasingly, as his complaints accumulate, the reaction of the British public to the King's son is like the reaction of the King's Council to be a weary, and so what? It's just his level of arrogance. Again, it's the same thing we've been discussing. I thought this article did a good job of and so what of it all. And so what? Just because you think it's true, Harry, doesn't make it true. I'm still stuck on that. I might be being hacked every single day. But he can't offer any proof whatsoever of it. So he just says these things and expects people to buy it. And the only people that are buying it are the sugars, and that's not saying much.
Clearly, that's the opinion that matters most. Maybe they'll give him a big payout. If not, then who is racist?
Yeah.
Now we're at a standoff. But realistically, he's a very public figure. Is it that shocking that people know his plans and whereabouts? Especially when you have an entourage of security and other people following you around?
Especially when you're married to that wife that really likes to call the paparazzi on them.
That's very true. If your wife has an app that's like summoning cameramen everywhere, there's probably a hint of where you may be. I guess he doesn't need to be worried about his phone. He probably needs to be worried about Meghan's phone. And it's not hacking. It's just using.
It's her calling up people saying, I'm important. Look at me. With them on speakerphone, I guess. I don't know. It's so ridiculous, but we're here for it. It's fascinating.
Well, and I didn't really think about this slowly driving him crazy. Like he's probably completely oblivious to that fact, and he's just like, how do these people keep finding us? Everywhere we go, they know, and they're there with cameras. And it's like Meghan's putting her phone back in her purse, like, I don't know.
You basically just summed up their cab ride. Think about it. She's in the back of the cab smirking, and he's filming with his phone thinking, they're chasing us. And she's like, haha, my plan's working.
Yeah, she's texting on her little app, hey, we're turning right at the next light. And he's like, how do they know? They're tracking us.
Guys, this has been fun. Obviously, as more news comes out, we will continue to report on it. I just found that article funny. And yeah, I'm really enjoying the heck out of this. It's been funny. I want to show up to court with some popcorn and just watch this all go down. Jay, when you're not in court suing people for funsies, tell everybody where to find you.
You can find me at the Fancy Tutor House, paying pounds and euros to see those tutors. No, you can find me on Twitch and YouTube as Dr. Bad Vibes, just playing video games, nothing gross.
And you can find me right here because this is where I live. Thanks for coming over. Next time, bring tea, please. No, thank you guys so much for being here and for watching. We so appreciate it. Again, as more comes out, we will talk about it. We hope you have the best day, and I can't wait to read your comments about this one. Take care. Bye-bye.